President of GEMA, Mr. C.K. Jain, Ethanol Manufacturers Association of India. Sir, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. And it's a good step, a step in the right direction, where the government has now issued draft notification for E85 and E100. But you tell us, do we have the infrastructure to make this happen, and how realistic are these goals?
Good morning, and thank you for calling me here. You see, it's a draft notice. That means the intention of the government is clear that they are moving towards E85. So when it is a draft notice, there are many things which need to be worked out. There has to be a roadmap. There has to be things, if I say E85 tomorrow, no, that's not going to happen. E85 means engines have to be compatible. Infrastructure of dispensing E85 and normal petrol has to be there. There are many things which need to be worked on. But it is a very good step, and we welcome this. At least this was a demand of industry that some ethanol consumption should increase, because it's a totally domestic thing. Ethanol is totally domestic. Rural economy and totally dependent upon the rural economy. More ethanol, more better rural economies. So it's a very welcome move, and it is a draft. So draft means a lot of work has to be done after this. Intention is clear of the government that we want to do E85. This is what mean at the present is.
Can we understand that this is a draft and that the intention of the government is very clear? But do we have enough feedstock availability to make this happen? And if yes, what could the realistic timeline be? If at all the notification is formally notified by the government, what will the timeline look like for successful implementation of this?
Yeah, ma'am. For the time being, the ethanol capacity is already set up till 2,000 crore liter, whereas present consumption is only 1,200 crore liter. Feed stock is available. We have enough food grain which is being exported, number one. At the same time, still after export is rotting here. There is a problem of storage. So ethanol comes in picture to use this. Feed stock is enough. Please don't underestimate our farmers. They are competent to take that challenge of increasing the productivity. We have seen that in few past, that they have increased the productivity if demand is increased. When there is no demand, what they will do? They will do nothing. The farmers are competent to increase the productivity. They will do it. And feed stock is not a problem in India. Demand is required, consumption is required, they will increase. This is, I'm sure, and you must also be sure about our farmers' capabilities.
Feedstock availability is not a problem. That's the word coming in. But Mr. Jain, what kind of additional government support does the industry require to make this happen? I understand that the government has already come out with a policy, but what next? I'm sure we need some additional government support to actually go ahead and increase ethanol blending to 85%.
Yeah, actually the infrastructure required to be made at every petrol pump. You see, what is the mechanism of E85? It's not that today only E85 will be sold. It is like this. I studied the Brazil model, where a base petrol is available, which is E27, and then another is E100. There is a price difference between both because of the caloric value. So when price difference is there, then customer and consumer see how much I will put the base petrol, how much I will put the ethanol. He will decide there at petrol pump and he'll get it done. So this is what the mechanism is. So it needs a lot of work. Industry does not need anything. Industry need a consumption point and blessing of the government that they will buy the ethanol for higher consumptions.
Understood. So that's as far as infrastructure requirement is concerned, and perhaps the government will have to work on it. But
Yes.
Mr. Jain, also wanted your thoughts on pricing. What will this mean for the end consumer, the ones who consume and use petrol? Will pricing be a matter of concern? Will it be higher or lower as compared to the current petrol that we are using?
You see, it's going to be like this. Petrol is going to go high and ethanol is going to go low. As soon as the productivity of the farmer increases, it is bound to go low. May not be today, but maybe after down the line. You see, it has to be seen what we want to pay to the farmers. Presently, farmers' productivity is less. When productivity is increased, then we can pay to him less. Then the ethanol can become cheaper. But these are all ongoing processes. Are hardly 3 years old industry, 4 years old industry, grain into the ethanol. So it needs to be worked more. More productivity will be required, and work is going on. Productivity will increase. So gradually the ethanol price will also go down. And there's a difference will come automatically. You will not find any more petrol at 90, 100 rupees in Delhi. Just see, after election is over, now you will see at least 5 to 7. Our petroleum minister has already said that it is not ruled out. Price increase is not ruled out. The difference will come. Ethanol price will always go down. Fossil fuel price will go always up. This is, you please take note of it. And difference will automatically come.
Especially at a time like this when global crude oil prices are surging, perhaps this is the need of the hour, and India should take note of the fact that India has the raw material availability to go ahead and increase ethanol production. Mr. Jain, thank you so much for taking your time out.
Ma'am, one thing more.
Please go ahead.
It is not the need of hour. It is always required to be self-reliant and to increase our rural economy. It is always required. Don't talk of this Hormuz and all this geopolitical. It is always required for our country because our country is agriculture produced country.
Right.
So we have to work on it always.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jain, for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. But with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. All About Your Company will come up.